it's time to dish with D. That's me. It's Monday. It's not too chilly. I mean, I think it's 49, which isn't too bad. Actually, 56. Even better than I thought. Yeah, I still have a winter coat on because At work, it's just easier because I feel like we're in a wind tunnel when I do recess. Yeah. So what I was thinking, we talk about Thanksgiving fundamentals all the time. So what today I want to talk about, we'll get back to fundamentals, because I'm all about fundamentals, is what every good Weight Watcher should know. These are the tricks or the tips that I would give if I ran a Weight Watchers meeting. But I don't, because Weight Watchers didn't want me to run a meeting. Yeah. Be a little bit bitter about that, slightly. Tips that I think every Weight Watcher should know. Number one, not all points are created equal. No, they're not. Just because something, and number two, not because something, if something is within your points, should it be a good choice? Not always. I'm sorry. I maybe go against every grain of everything by saying that, but I don't think just because you have the points for it makes it a good choice. 0 points does not make 0 calories. My favorite one. Yes. Yeah, you can't eat as much Greek yogurt as you'd like. I'm sorry. I hate to be the one that tells you that, but you can't. Because it's 0 does not make it. People have gained weight on 0 point foods. That's why a lot of people do not like freestyle, is because of that. Let's see. What every good Weight Watcher should know. You don't have a loss every week. You don't. Some people do, and I just think on the whole, I don't think in the beginning, if you have a lot of weight to lose and you're on plan, that's always key, then yeah, you could have a loss. Is it always a big loss? Nah, not always. But yeah, you shouldn't have a loss. I mean, I think there's some weeks where you just maintain, and I think that that's okay. And a lot of people, they don't see that loss. Does that mean you're a failure if you don't see a loss on the scale? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Just because the scale doesn't cooperate doesn't mean you've had a bad week. Sometimes our bodies are just like that. It just, especially if you're on a roll and you've lost a significant amount of weight, your body doesn't want to lose weight. As much as it's better for you, your body likes being heavy. It feels comfortable in that. So when you're doing something, even though it's healthier, your body should love that. It doesn't. And I couldn't tell you why. I just know that it's almost, I guess, afraid. I don't know. Or I could use. What's another thing every good Weight Watcher should use? No. Holidays come up, events come up. And guess what? It's okay to go over your points. It is, because sometimes life takes precedence. It does. I think we should strive for regularity and normalcy. You can't go from being this eat whatever I want person to not eating anything person. There has to be a middle. There has to be balance. Because without it, we're just going to be, you give up one vice for another. I mean, and I read this a lot of times where people develop eating disorders for being on weight loss plans and stuff, because they go too much the extreme. And not every Weight Watcher should know, do not obsess over this. This is a journey. It's a lifestyle. It's not an obsession. You just take each meal as it comes and you think it through and you make the best choices that you can. Don't feel guilt. If something you didn't plan for happened, don't feel bad about it. Learn from it, track it, and move on. There's never going to be days where everything goes perfectly. There just isn't. Some days, shit happens. You threw that thing in your mouth without thinking, or you were guilted into eating something because you felt bad. Should we feel guilted into eating? No, we shouldn't. But you know what? Sometimes shit happens. Sometimes you just, don't feel guilty. Don't, because we've all done it and we all will do it. It's just part of the journey, part of life. And you'll learn from that, and you might not make that mistake again. You know, you will gain strength in your journey that you didn't know you had. You will gain, what's the word we're looking for? Confidence. Confidence. That's what a lot of people who have weight lack, is confidence and self-esteem. They do. They have a very low self-esteem and they lack confidence. But when you start being successful, you start seeing results, you like the way you look, you will gain self-esteem and confidence. I don't want you to gain, like, what is the other word I'm looking for? There's some people that gain arrogance. Look what I did. Yeah, I'm good. Look how good I look. Yeah, we don't want arrogance. There's a whole difference in being arrogant and having self-esteem. There just is, and confidence. There is. You don't want to be sarcastic, snarky, and a show-off. Yeah, look at me. Look how good I look. I went on Weight Watchers and I lost all the... No, you don't want to be that, because you could be turning somebody else off who is considering joining, and she doesn't want to turn into you. Like, I don't want to be that. Ooh, that's what losing weight does. I'll stay fat. I've said that many times. Oh yeah, because sometimes, yeah, especially if you've been heavy a long time and you don't know how to handle it. Because let me tell you something, when you lose a significant amount of weight, it's life-changing. It's totally life-changing. Find yourself a buddy. Find yourself a group, a support group where you could talk about it, because it is life-changing. Because I can tell you from my experience, there's just days I'm just still not, it still not hasn't hit yet. I don't think it really has. I look at myself and I still see the girl with, the girl I was before sometimes in the mirror. I still grab clothes that are too big. There are certain clothes I won't get rid of because I love them, but they're way too big. And my husband, he said, it's really way too big on you. I'm like, I know, but I love it. I think it looks okay. No, I don't. It's too big. And I have a very hard time wearing fitted clothes. I do. I feel very self-conscious when I wear something that's clingy. I feel that I look horrible in it. And that's just, again, lacking self-confidence and self-esteem. I don't feel that I look good enough to wear this. And I'll ask, does this look okay? I'm just very unsure of that. And just know that it's just because you're just not used to it. You're used to wearing baggy clothes. So I'm hoping eventually that'll change, because it's really crazy. All right, where are we? Every good Weight Watcher should know. I planned all of those. Now I'm winging it. Don't skip meals. Don't skip meals to save points. Please don't. In the end, you're only hurting yourself. You're only hurting yourself, because here's the bottom line. Yeah, you may lose more weight. I'm not going to say you probably won't. But B, sustainability. You're never going to do that forever. And then when you start eating more, your body's going to show you. It's going to be like, oh, okay, she wants to eat more, then she wants to be this size. Your body's a machine, and it fuels. And when you underfuel it, yeah, you may lose quicker and faster than everybody else. But be prepared to eat that way forever, because when you start eating more, it's going to show. And then you're going to be like, oh, Lord, I gained. And I don't know why I gained. I was certainly on plan. Well, you were now, but before you were under plan. You have a daily, every good Weight Watcher should know, have a daily points. Please eat them. Please don't go to the blue dot thing. I'm telling you, I think is a joke. I do not even look at the blue dot. I really don't know what days I have a blue dot, because I don't think telling somebody to eat 10 less points and being okay with that is fine. Because they're saying, well, you're eating 0-point foods. What if you're not? What if you're not? Because they don't know if you're not. It's like you're tracking them. Like the app can tell you, oh, she's eating 0-point foods. It's good. You don't have to track them. So it doesn't know what you're eating. So yes, the blue dot thing, in my opinion, I think it harms more than it helps, because I think a lot of people eat less than they should. You should be eating, depending on your weight, probably like 1,500 to 1,600 calories. And I don't think some people are. And here's the bottom line. That's what you're going to have to live on. And guess what? You're not going to be able to sustain that. Nobody can. Because guess what? The hunger will come back. You will want to eat. Unless you're, this type of person that doesn't, but I can't imagine. It's in the nature to eat. Weeklies are not, Every good Weight Watcher, weeklies are there to be used. That's what I wanted to say. Yes, do not be afraid to use your weekly points. I hear this so much that it makes me want to vomit. Yes, I don't know. I don't eat my weekly points. I gain. Well, maybe because you've never eaten them when you've started. So yeah, I guess if you go 6-8 months without eating weekly points and you decide to throw a few in, you might see a rise on the scale because, again, you're eating more than your body is used to. I have always picked into my weeklies from day one. Just have. That's where I put my olive oil in because I'm Italian. I use a lot of olive oil. It's just what I use. I cook with it. I like it. I put it on bread sometimes. I put it in my salad. It's a good fat. Every good Weight Watcher should know there are good fats. Do not be afraid of fats. Avocados and olive oil are such good fats. Your body needs it. We're always afraid, oh my God, it's high in fat. I can't eat that. Anything in moderation is on plan. Every good Weight Watcher should know that. Every good Weight Watcher should know portion control is huge. Yes, it is. Let me tell you something. That's one of the things I learned about is portion control. That's one of the biggest lessons I've learned. Every good Weight Watcher should know. Weighing and measuring. Need to know how much you're eating. You need to, because you don't know. Stop guesstimating, because guess what? Sometimes you guesstimate under. And I was doing that. I used to guesstimate my avocado. I was charging myself 2 points for it. When I weighed it, it was only 1 point. So how many days did I sacrifice a point? I didn't need to. Weighing and measuring. I mean, eventually it'll get second nature. It will. It will. Because you'll be able to know now I know what 1 point of avocado looks like. So yeah, it will become second nature, but in the beginning you need to. You definitely want to measure your pastas, your rices, weigh your meats. This way you know how much you're eating and you can eat more. Most of the time, every good Weight Watcher should always forgive themselves. Yeah, always forgive themselves when they make a stumble. Every good Weight Watcher should know a stumble does not mean the end of your journey. I've stumbled many times, too many times to count. But every good Weight Watcher should know you pick yourself up, you dust yourself off, and you continue. You are on track with your next meal. Do not wait for the weekend use your next meal, because the more you eat, the more you have to work off. Every good Weight Watcher should know weigh-in day is not a free-for-all. That was a hard one for me. Yep, because I was like, it's weigh-in day, I'm going to eat what I want. The amount of food I ate was just ridiculous when I think back now. Because let me tell you something, it took me days to get that off. And then all my efforts, I didn't, the scale, I would have losses, but I could have had better losses if I just behaved. Every good Weight Watcher should know everything is on plan. You just have to count it, measure it, weigh it, and enjoy it. Every good Weight Watcher should know, enjoy the food that you're eating. Please don't tell me you're eating, I say this all the time, grilled fish and steamed broccoli, which is what I had for dinner last night because I actually wanted broccoli. And I did Instant Pot chicken. I did put a sauce on top. But yes, don't sacrifice points for taste. You have to love it, because if you don't love it, you're not going to want to eat it. And how long can you sustain that? You're going to sit there and be like, oh, this is what I'm eating. I have people envious of my food. They're like, you're eating that? Yes, I am. It's because, you just have to, every good Weight Watcher should know, sometimes you have to cook. Yeah. I'm not going to lie, I could eat more if I cook. So yeah, I've learned to cook pretty much everything. And you get more for your point bang buck. That's a long sentence. You do, and you want to get as much bang for your point buck as you can, because these are your meals and enjoy them. Every good Weight Watcher should find themselves a fabulous group on Facebook. Dish with Dee's crew is one of them. So if you haven't already joined, I highly recommend it. I would love to have you as part of my crew. Come join us for Tea with Dee. Every good Weight Watcher should join Tea with Dee at least once. It is a fabulous live that I do every night on my channel, and I would love to have you as part of that. Every good Weight Watcher should know that you guys are winners. And the scale does not define your efforts. I am here at work. Every good Weight Watcher should have a great day. Have a wonderful, fantastic rest of your day. We will dish another day. I hope you enjoyed this video. If I missed something, which I probably did, let me know what you think every good Weight Watcher should know in the comment section below. I will share it with my next What Every Weight Watcher Should Know. That could be a series. I like that. What every good Weight Watcher should know with Dish with D. Bye, folks. Thumbs up.